Guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I thought I'd show you how I do my eyebrows. Now, disclaimer, I do have my eyebrows microbladed, but as you will see, they're a little smaller than how I do them when I put on makeup. When you do have microblading, it's great to be able to roll out of bed and go without makeup. You still look awake, it's great, but when you do wear a full face of makeup or full coverage foundation, sometimes it'll muddle the microblading and it just kind of makes it look dull. So I like to add a little bit of product in my eyebrows to make them look a little bit more cohesive with my makeup face, and also just to make them a little bigger and bolder because I personally like a bigger brow. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so first off, I'm going to use the ANASTASIA Beverly Hills Dip Brow in Ebony. This one right here. You can see it's just like a deep brown. And then I'm going to be using the MAC 266 angled brush, this one right here. And you can see how it looks really pinched and fine. That's because I leave a little bit of product in it every time I use it and just kind of pinch it. And that way the bristles stay nice and just tight so it doesn't get frayed looking, and then I won't be able to use it to do the hair-like strokes I like to do. So I will be first off taking a little bit of the pomade, and I like to put it just on the lid, and I'll work it back and forth just to make sure that brush is coated completely with the product. And then I will take my fingers and I will just pinch it, and that way it takes off excess and your bristles will be extremely fine. All right, so because my microblading is obviously it looks already filled in, but I'm still going to add more right underneath the brow to give it more of a fullness. And also it's going to look more hair-like because I'll have spaced the hairs apart more so it looks more fluffy. So starting this, I'm going to start right here and then just kind of flick up. Laying it down and flicking. And it's starting to slowly build that eyebrow. Adding more product, pinching, and applying. If you feel like as you're going along the hairs are getting more dull and more spread out, that's time to add more product and pinch that brush again. Just little strokes in a natural hair pattern. Slowly building, and then that tail, I'm going to just kind of flick it out. And then starting in the top, same thing. Just kind of flicking. I'm kind of using the shorter end of the brush to do this, just to kind of lay it and kind of flick it out a little bit, because using the longer end, I feel like you can trail off too far and it'll have this random long line above your eyebrow. So these are all going up this way, and then I'm going to start bringing them down. If you do get crazy on that end, no worries, because we can clean that up with foundation. I'm just adding more under here just to make sure that looks more dense. I'm just using a clean MAC 242 brush, and I'm just going to, with no product, just kind of wipe it. And it kind of cleans up that tail a little bit without adding product. And now I'm going to use the Maybelline Brow Drama Brow Gel just to set those natural hairs up a little bit This one is colored in like a dark brown. It's not a clear brow mascara. So I'm just going to take it and just very lightly brush through these, just to set those hairs in place. And that's pretty much it. If you want to add a little bit more fluff, which I like to do, let me see if I can do this on camera, is I'll take a hair right there. And that just kind of adds a little bit, it squares them off a little bit, but it also just makes it a little bit more fluffy in that front and not so uniform looking. So this is the difference between the microbladed brow and the finished, more fluffy looking eyebrow. And I'm just going to go into here and start these strokes. And obviously if you weren't microbladed, you would be filling in all that, which I will if there's holes or more variegation, but for me, I'm just kind of worrying about that perimeter. And same thing with this brow, taking that Brow Drama brow gel and just brushing the hairs upward. If you would like to add more of a brow highlight, you can obviously use a little bit of concealer right underneath the eyebrow. But this is the end result of a fluffy, natural looking Instagram eyebrow. Thank you guys so much for watching today. I hope you learned something about eyebrows. Please subscribe to my channel and don't forget to follow me on Instagram at @TheHaileyK. And I will see you guys later. Bye!